Hi friends, welcome. We'll try to create a food item menu so user can select their preferred items from the menu, and this menu will create dynamically by using a dictionary. We are using a dictionary so the data can come from different data sources from anywhere, and dynamically this dictionary can be populated by, say it's a morning item, so breakfast items or a lunch item or for dinner items. So dynamically these items can be added to the or removed from the dictionary based on the availability. So this, when it is presented to the user will see a set of buttons and which can select and deselect. Instead of using a normal button, we'll use a set of check buttons with the attribute indicator on. So that these are check buttons, so it can be selected or deselected. That will give you a more visual appealing menu to the user. So before we start, my request is please subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon so you'll be notified as and when we are adding new tutorials, and we are frequently doing that also. Let's start the script. Here is the Tkinter window with the food items menu. I can select any item from it by clicking on it. So all the totals are dynamically calculated. I can remove an item also, can add some more items, and these totals are calculated each time I do a select or unselect any food item from this list. We'll start from here. This is our blank template, a window with a Tkinter library, then 400 by 410, this is the height and width, a title, and a main loop to hold our program so it will not close. Now when you are starting it, we will first declare two fonts here. So this is the fonts what you will be using. My font one for the checkbox and one for the price and the total what you will be displaying. So for that it is I am just giving the font family times, so then that is 30, size is 30 and it is normal. So I will just copy this, paste it here, make it my font 2, slightly I will reduce it, I will put it around 22. This is for my, anyway whatever you download you will have all the comments there. So this is for my labels or the price totals, whatever I will be getting it. Now let me just declare the dictionary here. Note that though I am declaring this time here, you can connect it to your backend database. So this dictionary is dynamically created based on your filter or requirement, or you can disable some food items also. So this time I am going, let's say some samples I am taking. Pizza, let's say this gives me the price is, let's say 100. Now similarly one more item, so giving the price again for this is some random price I am giving. So again this should be within code. These are the keys, it has to be unique. Coffee price is 50 rupees. Let me just put the price here, or we'll go with this many items only. Tea, let's say 4 rupees. Okay, so you can change the price and items whatever you want. So these are my items, whatever it can be taken from a database also. So that is the requirement, you can add it. So it can be entirely, and this dictionary can be dynamically generated. So let's declare a row equal to 0. Row 0, because one item other like that, this will be there. So in row I will be incrementing and dynamically I am creating this. So and then I have to keep my reference to all my button items. So I am declaring a list here. Then one counter I am keeping, so that will be maintaining in my list first one, second one, like that. This is the counter only. Now what's the main thing is for options in my item. So it will my items. So this will loop through all the items, whatever at line number 9 we have declared it, that those items will be there. Now let me just first create the reference to our whatever the variable will be using for the check button. So for that, my var.append, because it is a list, so I have to add to it any element, so I have to use a append. So inside this append, what I am going to do is, it's a integer variable I'll be using. So tk.intvar, sorry, it should be intvar, and this intvar I am using, and value is 0. Okay, so by default nothing is checked. Say if check button one is on value, off value. So I am keeping this initially, no item is selected, pre-selected. That means, so this will ensure that, that's why I am giving a value. Now this is reference is stored. Now let me just create the check buttons, tk dot check button. Now what happened, I am giving a my underscore w, this is my parent window, it is there at the line number 2, we have declared it. So now text, what should be written on that? So that is nothing but our options. So that is the key of the dictionary, and what should be the variable? So where the data will be stored once there is a selected. So that is my var. Here I will be using the counter I. So first element is 0th element, so it will take a 0 element here. So that is there. Now then, what is the on value? Once it is on, that means my item. Now here I will say options. Now what happened, this is the value, this is key value pair. So once I suppose first item it takes pizza, then the value will be 100. So here on value will be 100 here. So first item, second item on value will be 200 here, because this item I am taking this is the way I am getting the value part of this dictionary. Fine. So that is on value, off value I am getting. Now slightly as you have declared it, let me just put the font here. Font equal to now my font 1. Okay, so this is I have given. Now what happens is I have to, once it is clicked, I have to sum up the values and things that we will see next, but let me just give that one. Command equal to lambda, and what is the function? My update. This function will be called. So far we have not declared it, so we will declare that one. Now slightly I am giving a uniform width, otherwise it will take different items based on the length, it will take the width. So I am giving the width here, width is I am giving 10. Then anchor, here this menu should align towards the left or at the center or towards the right, you can decide it. Okay, I am left aligned, I have given a waist aligned, it should be. Now what should be my BG or background color? I can use background also. I am giving light pink. You can use the hex code here also. It's not that I have used the constants here. Then once it is selected, select color. Once it is selected, what should be the color? Let me give light green. Okay, now the most important part is indicator on. By default, indicator on is 1 or it is true. Now I am setting it to 0. So I want to use it as a button. So indicator on is 0, so it is false now. Now let me just place this in a grid so we can just have a look at it how it looks. So I am giving a grid here, row equal to row. This row is the value row, it will taken from here 0, first row. Okay, so it is not row equal to row. Then column, column equal to, now here I am giving column equal to 2. Or I can give, I have to give 1. 2 will be the price part of it. That we will see next, of course. Now slightly I am giving pad x equal to, let's me give 25. So from the left edge, it is giving the value. Pad y from the top, in between the gap between the items, food items will be 2. Now this also sticky, I will say stick to the waist. So that's all. Now it shows me, but in this case I have to give a price in the right, but I have to increase my I equal to I plus 1. So the next item we'll see, and row equal to also row plus 1. So next check button will go below that. Now up to this point we can see that, but before that there is because I have to declare a my update. So let me just define my update, keep a pass. So I will see that. Now let's save this and see up to this point how the look and feel. We can get a look of our, here it is. Pizza, biryani, tea, coffee. These are all check buttons. Note that I can select it, it will remain selected. I can unselect it. I can select multiple also. I can unselect anything, I can select it. So these are check buttons. So based on my users can select item and remove the item also. No, I don't want this one. So all these things can be managed here. will show the price to the right of the menu item or the every item. So the price part is taken from, you can see the item value part is the price. So that will show. So LB, I am just putting a label here, tk.label. Now this label again, my underscore w, my parent window. Now what should be the text here? The text is nothing but label. But one thing you remember, this value of price is in an integer. So in a label we are displaying a text. So you have to convert it into a string first. So str. Inside this we'll write the price of it. So my items, then we'll say options. So this will give me the my items option. It will pick up the price here. Then I am converting into a string and assigning it to the label. So what will happen is that it will be it will be written by the side of the item what we are offering. So let's just give a fixed width equal to 5 because the price only. So there will not be much characters in that. So font width equal to 5, font. We had declared two fonts, line number 7 at the top. You can see we have a separate font for the labels. My font 2 I am going. So slightly reduced font. You can adjust it based on your requirement and height of anchor. So what side we are, just east side we are, because all the 2-digit, 1-digit alignment is to be taken care. So this should align towards the right. You can change it whatever way you want. So lb.grid. Note that this each item is to be price to be displayed at the right side of the item. So whatever the column value, we will increase the column value by the next one. See here, all items are at column 1. Here you can see. So to the right of it means it has to be column 2. So I am giving row, the same row. I cannot change the row here. Column equal to 2. Fine. So I have given column 2. That's all. So now my price also should display. I can just check it also. I have saved it. Let's just run it once and see how the price is displaying. Yeah, you can see this price is displayed by the side of it. Now so far I have not, anyway no calculation is done, no items is added, no calculation is done. We will display the all the total and total price here. Let's first create the design part first, finish it up. So this function we have done. Now we are coming here. But before that, let me just, outside this function, I will create one more label that will show me the total. So lb1. lb1 equal to means another label, tk.label my underscore w. This is just a text only I am writing. So I am saying total. This is just take nothing to calculate. bg background I am giving a yellow. It should be prominently displayed. So font equal to my font 2. So slightly lower font I am displaying this one, and lb1.grid where it will be placed. It is below the menus. Now you know how, because these are dynamically taken. So how you will know which row it will come. Just remember, this row value keeps on increasing. The last item, suppose 5 items are there, the row value will be the last row number it will take. So that row number I will use and add 1 to it. So it will go just below. So I have 2 items, the total will be just below 2. If I have 4 items, the total will be after the 5th row it should take. So for that I am just giving row equal to, what is the row value so far taken, plus 1. Now column equal to 1, because along with the item list I am below that, I am posting it there. So pad x slightly, pad y I am giving. From the top I am giving a gap of 20, and from the left side I am giving a gap of 5. Now that's all. But one more thing, I will just create one more variable. This is my total. This is, remember, it's a int variable, because this is what I am going to show, and initially this total should show the value equal to 0, because this is the total price what I am going to charge the customer. So for lb2 I am going to next label, lb2 equal to tk.label. Now my underscore w is my parent window. Now text variable, here text variable I am using because my total I will be using it here. My total I am connecting to this particular one. Now here I am also giving bg equal to yellow, then font equal, font equal to my font 2. So the lower size one, we are using it. Anchor, which side it should be anchored? Anchored to the east, because the digits should be aligned towards the east side, towards the right side it should be aligned. So I am giving that. Now let me just place it in the grid. So LV2. Now this is dot grid row, because it is dynamically placed. So I have to use the whatever I have concept I have used for the total row plus 1. Okay, to the right of it, and column should increase by 1. So column equal to 2, because the previous one column value was 1. Here you can see column 1. So this is column 2, because it should be below the price one. The label item price total should be below that. So column 2 for that. Now pad y equal to, let me give 20. Then pad x equal to 5. Now sticky, you can experiment with this. East I have given. Now let me just save this. So far, if there is no error, let's just run once and see how this looks. Here it is. You can see the total is here. This value, this total sum of this is coming here. I can still select it. Nothing, no change, because we have not written the logic for that one. So let's start doing that part. What I am going to do is close this. Here comes the my details here. So what I am going to do is my sum. First declaring every time a check button is clicked or a menu item is selected or unselected, this function will be called. So everything should start from 0, because then it will loop through all and pick up the price for which the selection is done. Let's see that. So I am giving my sum equal to 0. I am starting from total value is 0. So then I am saying global my var. Now I am collecting all the, what is my var by the way? Here it is, you have taken the references for all these check buttons. I am collecting it inside the function, because variables here are local. So I am collecting that my var. Now from there, then I equal to 0, starting from that one. Then for options in my items. Fine. I am getting for options in my item. My items is the dictionary what we have declared here at line number 9. So that I am looping through for options in my item. My sum equal to my sum. So whatever is all the values, if something is not selected, the value is 0. Because you have kept the on value, off value, you can see here on value, and where is my otherwise by default the value is 0. So this will take the value here. My sum plus my var reference is I. So here I am using the counter. So first item my var I, because it's a int variable, I cannot get it directly like that. I have to get the value. I have to use get. All int var, string var or boolean variables, I will have to use set to add a value and get to receive the value. So here, because this particular variable, what I am declaring here, you can see it here. Here it is a int variable. So I am using get to get that value and adding up to my sum. So my sum, once I am looping through all the values, whatever the on value is there, it will pick up. If it is not checked, then the value is default value is 0. That's the simple logic. So let's just, but that's not enough. What I have to do is I equal to I plus 1. Next reference I have to go. Now once this is done, my sum holds the entire, whatever I have selected, those values are added up and stored in my sum. That is only thing I have to do is display it as a total price. But for that, here it's an integer, and here you can see here, just come down, here it is my total I have declared it, but while putting it there I have to give a let's just see here my total equal to, sorry, not equal to, my total I am setting it, set my sum. What happened here is, in this total what I am displaying here, that my total is here, line number 34, I have taken it. This int variable, I am setting the, once this loop is over, I have kept it outside the for loop. Once all the item loops are over, I can just add, sum it up. My sum holds the value of whatever the selected items price, and that I am setting it to int var. Let's just save this. So that's all this. Let's see that. Yeah, I am just bringing it here. See, it's 200 rupees. Now inside the loop, it has gone through all the items, but it has found only one is selected. For others, the item is value is 0. Now let me add coffee. Let me add tea. So 254, 254. Now if I'll remove this is 54. So whatever, again, every time the loop is it's going through and adding up all the values. Now since I told a dynamic this thing, now let me just add one food item here. Okay. Let me just add pizza, tea, coffee, drinks. Some drinks. Let's say any drinks you take, it is say 10 rupees. So I have added it. Now one item I have added. Now let me just see how this is reflecting. Here it is. You just see the drinks is 10 rupees is added. I just added it here because these check buttons are dynamically created and by using the indicator on 0. So now this also will dynamically take it 10, whatever the item, this will taken care. But one thing you just see the importance here is this indicator on attribute. I can make it 1. By default it is 1. So a check buttons will be displayed instead of buttons. You can see here now the check buttons are displayed. Still it will working is same, but because of background and all width is the color is taken, otherwise it will be a simple check buttons only. So all I have selected. Okay, you can add a separate button for that also. Fine. So this is how our check buttons can be used as a check button can be used as buttons, and it can be created in a very customized button, so you can present to our customers or viewers. That's all, friends. Hope you have a good learning experience, and if you have any doubts, suggestions, questions, put it in the comment section below. And my request is please subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon so you'll be notified as and when we post videos, and we are frequently doing that also. Please share this video with your friends, and thank you for watching.